lovers. Welcome to Books, Lessons, and Business Podcast. Join us as we explore the magical books, the blessings that enrich our lives, and the strategies that fueling thriving business. As always, we have exciting guests for you to enjoy. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you and welcome to Books, Blessings, and Business. Today we have a great author here. She's actually new to our family, so we're going to welcome her really nicely. And she is in a nice part of the world. I'm not sure. We'll make her tell us that. But her name is Colette. She's written a book talking about fibroids, but I'm not going to steal all that either because she's going to tell us a little bit about that. And Monica is going to tell us a little bit about her bio.
Welcome. I just want to make sure that I'm saying your name correctly. Is it Colette?
Yes, it is.
Welcome, Colette. I am
Thank you,
looking forward
Monica.
to just having great discussion with you. And this is a great topic too. So I want to be able to introduce to our audience who you are. So this is Colette Guthrie. She is a Caribbean author, wellness educator, and health advocate dedicated to helping women find freedom from fibroids through knowledge, nourishment, and courageous self-advocacy. Her work began after her own fibroid diagnosis when she realized that many women, especially Black and Caribbean women, are left with little guidance and too much fear, which is true. What started as a personal search for answers grew into months of research, practical lifestyle changes, and heartfelt conversation with other women on similar journeys. Colette believes healing is not about pressure or perfection, but about restoring balance and aligning with the body's divine design to restore health. She writes to help women understand their bodies, reclaim their health, and step confidently into informed, empowered living. Welcome, Colette. This is a great topic, a discussion that needs to be had, but we rarely hear. So welcome, and we're looking forward to what you have to say.
Thank you, Monica.
So
I'm
is there
happy to be
anything?
here.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Is there anything else about you that you would like for our audience to know before we get started?
Well, I am a new author, fairly new. I started writing last year, February. And this is
Really?
my fourth book.
Okay.
Well, congrats. Yes.
Thank you. So prior to this, I had written Christian nonfiction. So I have a devotional book on the book of Proverbs.
Hmm.
And I have two Bible study question and answer books called The Feast of Wisdom, Part
Wow.
1 and Part 2.
Okay. So the book of Proverbs, is that the entire book of Proverbs or just a certain chapter?
No, this one, the book on fibroids, it's strictly on fibroids. All of it is, that's the fourth book.
The fourth book is on fibroids.
Right. Freedom
Okay.
from
I thought you said
fibroids.
something else. I apologize. Okay.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is, I know that you are into health, the natural way, the holistic way, which would be nice if most of us took that option. But most of us, we're on medication, we're seeing doctors, we have follow-ups with our doctors to get more medications. They're called refills,
Yes, yes.
Um, so that's the approach that most of us take. So could you talk to us more about why health personally matters to you, the natural, holistic way, especially regarding fibroids?
Okay. So I would go back to my first fibroid diagnosis, and that was over 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
2015. I went to the doctor for a routine check and I was diagnosed. Subsequent to doing a routine procedure, I had fibroids. And the options at the time were just watch it to see if anything happens after. So that was like wait and see. And this is quite normal, I understand. So I didn't do anything actively about it then. So when 10 years later, when I had a second diagnosis, I was still offered the same option, wait and see, watch it if it grows. My largest fibroid was about 6.9 centimeters, which is considered medium. And most persons would say if it's 4 to 5 centimeters, that's what I had heard, you should get surgery. And so the doctor said she would send my lab work in to see if I was a suitable candidate for possible surgery. And she would send my information over to the insurance company to see whether I was a fit for insurance. But somehow that wasn't enough for me. So I consulted another doctor, naturopathic doctor, and she gave me hope. She said there are ways to manage fibroids outside of surgery. And I was grateful to hear that. So with my consultation with her, I began to understand that we could go back to the foundation of how we used to eat before everything became so much commercialized and processed.
Right.
And as a Caribbean
Exactly.
person, we have lots of food options that if we utilize them, they would do us good. So I was glad to hear that there was an option to heal without having surgery as the first option. So that sent me on a journey to research what I could do naturally with the support of the naturopathic doctor. So it was a combination of dietary changes, lifestyle changes, and understanding why fibroids grow.
Okay.
So what are some natural remedies that you would recommend?
Okay, so first, when we look at the environment in which fibroids grow, there are a few common things. There's usually hormonal imbalance. There's usually stress, high levels of stress in the life of the woman. And there are usually chemicals in the environment, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, cosmetics. So if you take those individually and you address them, each one from a specific perspective, you could find you have solutions that are right at hand. So for example, with the foods that are high in sugar, foods that are highly processed, fried foods would be supporting a fibroid growth environment. So instantly, if you would reduce your processed foods, reduce your fried foods, reduce your sugar intake, and eat more, replace them with more whole foods, more, say, steam instead of fried, steamed, baked, boiled, more raw vegetables, that would be an instant change that would help support. You would see benefits right away. Another area is the chemicals in our homes. So our makeup or body wash, lotion, those things have high levels of chemicals. If you're not careful, you could be contributing unawares to them. Even the fabric that we wear on our skin can contribute to fibroids growing. And in terms of the hormone balance, quite a lot that we do in our lifestyle promotes an imbalance. So stress, when cortisol is high, it helps fibroids to grow. When insulin is high, that's from the food, it helps fibroids to grow. And when the sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone, are out of balance, it helps fibroids to grow. So anything that would bring back that balance, fix up the environment, and manage the stress would definitely help to manage and treat fibroids naturally.
Okay, that's very helpful to know because most of us, of course, we don't think about that. You know, what are some, what has been your, I'll say, your success rate in promoting healthy living?
Okay, I would say it's good. People are open to listening. For example, one of the things that actually helped me with fibroids was castor oil.
Oh,
Mm.
And I know that that sounds simple, but
yeah.
I've proven that it works.
Mm-hmm.
I had a shoulder injury. I got it in 2023. I was unable to lift my left arm above my head. So going to the bathroom was a one hand shower.
Mm.
It was
Mhm.
that painful. I had a steroid injection and that helped for a while, but then the pain came back. It was really intense. And I started to use castor oil nightly, just rubbing it on the shoulder, not
Mm-hmm.
warming it, just cold.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a while, 9 months, I could lift my hand again. 90%, it was 90% restored, the
Wow.
movement. And today I don't have any pain. So when I
Wow.
heard that castor oil was good for fibroids, I
Mhm.
incorporated that as well. And people are willing to listen, I found. Everyone that I've spoken to about castor oil that didn't know about it and
Mhm.
tried it has seen improvement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can relate to that. My grandmother kept castor oil in our house. And I'm like, what is that? You know, she wanted us to eat it, rub it on. She did everything. That was like her go-to remedy. And I'm like, okay. You know, but it worked, but she kept it around the house. And when I see it, when I go shopping, I see it in soap or something like that, I always pick it up. And like people are like, what do you need it for? I said, don't worry about it. It's a magic thing. You need this in your house. So yes,
Yes.
I do believe castor oil is a magical, wonderful thing to have in the house for sure. Yep.
Right. It works so well that you have to tell
Mhm.
women not to use it during their period.
Yes, that's
Oh.
true.
Yeah, it's very intense.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's new information. I often think of, when I think of remedies, I go back to the old days, back to my childhood.
Yeah.
Growing up, that's all we had were remedies.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I think about, if you even got a simple cold, my mom didn't run off to the drugstore to get cough medicine or cold medicine. She would
Right.
make this medicine, and it was called onion syrup.
Oh,
So
yes.
she
Very
would
good.
dice up the onions, right? Put it like in a little small cup,
Yeah.
and would put sugar in it, put a small plate over it, and set it on a warm stove for it to melt,
Yes.
right? And so if you had a cough or a cold, like, you get a teaspoonful of the onion syrup. And
Yep.
I'm here to tell you, it was like the cough magically went away, the sickness, and you ain't get sick a lot back in the day. Like, you
Still
ain't have no
works.
colds and, all this stuff. And, and even granted, we don't want to promote this, and we didn't promote it then, but back in the day, it used to drop something on the floor and they pick it up,
Yeah. 3 second rule.
yeah, 2 seconds, what is like, dirt don't hurt. Put it something, put it, whatever they used to say. You remember that little saying they used to say? And it's like, now you drop something on the floor, you like, throw that away. Don't you put that in your mouth. But back in the day, if you drop something on the floor, you pick that thing up, you ate, you was outside playing, making mud pies. And some of us, me included, we used to taste the mud pies. I
Yeah.
mean, we
Yeah. Some
wasn't worried
minerals.
about germs and all this stuff, but now we don't have those remedies now like we used to back then, because there's so many modern medicines, and again, the drugstores are full of medicine, and we don't utilize the stuff that worked for us back in the day. We don't even think about that anymore. So to be able to have holistic, healthy, natural ways of being healthier and getting rid of some of our aches and pains and our problems, like you said, the fibroids and stuff like that. That's good for people to be educated on, because we don't know. And then you're a living proof that it does work. So we can talk about things, but when we can say, based on experience, I've done it for myself, I know it to be true. I know it can work because it works for me. you
Yep.
know. So you continue, you know, educating people. Continue. This segment is good because a lot of people are struggling with fibroids. They don't know what to
Mhm.
do. They've tried everything. They've tried the medicine. They've gone to the doctors, and it's like, I'm still having these issues and these problems. So there, you know, we have to go back to the old way of living sometimes when it comes to certain things, especially our health. We want everything quick, fast, in a hurry. Like I said, we're a microwavable generation. So we don't want to do, you know, the home remedies because that may take a little longer. You know, we want the quick, fast things that's going
Yeah.
to work right now, like within a few minutes, you know. So yeah, so thank you for sharing that bit of information.
Yep.
So, when you were writing this book, would you say like was the most difficult part of your journey with writing it? Your this the Freedom from Fibroids book.
Okay, so first I had to get over the fear that people would look at me funny
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
to be writing about such a personal topic. And I
Right.
realized that was part of the motivation because
Mm-hmm.
somebody needs to talk about it.
there you
Yep.
go.
And
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken to a lot of women, and as we spoke, I started telling everybody I'm writing a book about fibroids. I had
Mm-hmm.
mixed reactions from young women at work who had never heard of fibroids,
That's true. Yeah.
to women who had had multiple surgeries,
Mm-hmm.
and to women who were still not willing to talk about it. Because I know
Mm-hmm.
somebody that went down the natural route and she had success. And I asked her to share her story with me, and she just wasn't ready to share.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
a mixed bag. The hardest part about writing the book was finishing it, stopping it, because I had started writing it last year, February,
Mm-hmm.
and by September I was pretty much done. But
Mm.
to to get it across the line, I was toying with whether to go with the vanity publishers, whether to self-publish. So I
Mhm.
ended up learning how to self-publish and doing it myself.
Okay.
Okay.
So it took
Okay.
me a little longer, but I'm satisfied with the end product.
Hmm. You know, when we, us again, especially women, when we're dealing with stuff for a long period of time, it becomes a part of our identity, right? So it's hard for us to believe that there's something that can work because nothing has, you
Right.
know. And so when you go up again, when you go back to talking about, you know, let's try the natural way, let's try the holistic, people don't want to do that. You know, they don't want to do that. So the convincing that it takes for someone to do something that they've never done before, to try something they never tried before, you know, that's a barrier and that's a
Yeah.
challenge. And especially too, I was thinking about the expense of natural products, and you know, that's another barrier for some people. You know,
Yeah.
so they'll rather go and get what they can afford, do what they can afford to do
Yeah.
versus,
Sometimes
yeah,
the
it's like
the
healthy
non
foods. It's like healthy
the
foods, right?
right
You say,
fast food
oh,
is
eat fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and
cheaper.
vegetables. You know, but guess what? Those
Yep.
fresh fruits and vegetables cost a little bit more than the vegetables in a can for a lot of families. You
Yep.
know, even frozen vegetables. I mean, it may not be as expensive as the fresh fruits and vegetables, right? But it's still more expensive than what people can afford. Like I can go, you know, some people be like, oh, I can go get the canned goods for, you know, five for $3. You know what I mean? Versus getting one bag of frozen broccoli for $3.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's I guess it's all about the you know, the cultures that we come from, that we live in, the areas that we, you know, that we've been raised and brought up in, and just, you know, a lot of people are in survival mode, so they are trying to survive, and
Yep.
however that looks for them. So when we come with these natural holistic approaches, people tend to back away from that. Do you see that happening a lot because of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some of that. People have
Mm-hmm.
this belief that eating healthier will always cost you more. But
Mm-hmm.
I would
Mm-hmm.
say that even if you're not at your optimum diet and eating what you want to eat,
Mm-hmm.
I would say work with what you have.
Work with what you
Mm-hmm.
have.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you know
Mm-hmm.
you have flour, you have to eat flour, then get the healthiest flour that you can get. If you know you're gonna have fruits, it would be better you have the fruits whole than if you bought the juice.
Okay.
So you have to have some kind of trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you would not have anything sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Because that restrictive type of thing tends to mess with your mind, and you end up rebelling against yourself and doing more harm than good. So I would say it always pays to have a balance.
Always yes, a balance, yes. Because too much of anything is not good. Too little of anything is not
Yeah.
good. So we
Even
have to
if,
have a balance, yes.
right. I'm saying
Mhm.
I'm on a healthy diet. I was on a healthy diet and I wasn't having enough fiber. So I was vegetarian,
Mhm.
but I didn't have enough vegetables. Ironic.
Mm.
So you could be
Vegetarian,
eating
not eating enough
healthy,
vegetables.
right, but it's not balanced.
Right.
So you need to ensure that all times you have balance. A balance of healthy fat, healthy protein, and fiber.
Yes.
Those three, what my nutritionist said to me, are the triple factor for managing
Okay.
any disease.
Mhm.
Healthy
Mhm.
fat, adequate fiber, and healthy protein.
Mhm.
Okay. Good. So what is your go-to to kind of in your meal plan to kind of keep you balanced and things of that sort?
I'm so glad you asked. Anybody I talk to, my favorite is cabbage.
Mm. I
And
like
not
cabbage.
why I like cabbage. It's one of the vegetables that is recommended, and it's cheaper than broccoli and Brussels sprouts and those, and it works just as well. So you could have cabbage raw, you put some salad dressing on it,
Yeah.
you can have it with your protein. I tend to have it with chickpeas or with
Okay.
seeds and nuts, say pumpkin seed, walnuts, and coconut oil. It's quick
Mhm.
Oh,
and easy to put together.
okay.
Another thing that I like when I'm able to do it is green juice.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
very high in those greens that give you the minerals. And for women with fibroids, that's good because it helps to bring up the iron naturally without having
Okay.
to supplement. Because some women can't have certain iron supplements. So
Right.
the greens are good for helping with anybody who has anemia or a low blood count. And at the same time, you have to balance it. So if you're going to have green juice, try to have something in it with vitamin C, such as a little lemon juice or pineapple juice.
Okay.
Yeah, and most of us would choose pineapple juice. Why? Because it's sweeter.
Sweeter.
We're like, if I'm gonna have some green juice, I'm gonna put some pineapple juice in it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So Colette, tell us, how did you discover like your purpose?
All right. So I started writing a blog,
Mm.
2023, I guess, late. And then I had the idea to write a book. So I put some of the blogs, I pulled them down off the website because I'm now putting them in a book. So can I have them up there for free? So I had about 25 and I put them together and I said, oh, that's not enough for a book. And so I went up to 40. But since I was doing the book of Proverbs, I wanted to touch every chapter. So I ended up at 52. So you could read one chapter per week, and that would finish in a year. So after I wrote that book, my book coach at the time said, you know, there's a shortage of books for Caribbean people in the Bible study area. And so I said, okay, I could write a Bible study book. And he was offering a special, so I published the 2 books shortly after the first book in 2025. And then I was working with her in a book coaching program to come up with a book that you would write in 3 months. And I was racking my brain to think, what could I write about? And then I thought about fibroids. That came to mind, and it seemed like it would go somewhere. So from the time I wrote the first book, it's like somebody would say the author bug bit me. I've been writing ever since. I have another Bible study book in the wings that I
Okay.
haven't published as yet. That's for
Oh,
busy women.
okay.
Oh, all women need that.
We need that one.
Oh my goodness. Colette, what does being a strong woman mean to you?
All right, being a strong woman means you have to know when to say no.
Mm,
Mm,
Sometimes people will ask you something that is outside of your comfort zone, not necessarily comfort zone to stretch you, but outside of what is healthy for you.
mhm,
And sometimes we say yes because we don't want to offend, but we need
mhm.
to think bigger. Would
Yeah.
this upset my health? Would this upset
mm,
my peace?
that
Would
part.
this
Yeah.
disrupt my family? And so I
Mhm.
would
Right.
say, being a strong woman, you have to know when to say no, or you're going to end
Have
up
those boundaries.
exactly
Mhm,
burning yourself
mhm,
out. And at the end of the day, you are not served.
mm,
Mm,
mm. I know you had a lot of challenges along the way of writing or just becoming, this version of the woman that you are today, especially pushing through, fibroids or whatever other type of challenges that may have came up in your life. When things felt impossible for you, what did you do to push through?
Okay. One of the challenges that I've had that's personal is along the journey of having fibroids,
Mhm.
I was prescribed birth control.
Mm,
And I think that may have affected my fertility. So I've never
mm,
been able to have a child.
mm,
And so I have had to live with that. And I've had a very supportive husband.
mm,
And I've come to a place where I have accepted it. And that has been true, not just ignoring it, but
mhm,
pulling on the strength that I know is there from my creator
mhm.
and the support from my husband and family. And being aware that we have different journeys in life.
mhm,
And
Yeah.
so I
mhm.
can still give back to children
Yeah.
without me personally having birthed one.
Right.
Yeah. So
Well, you about to have a whole bunch of female children that come say, Miss Colette, can you please? I got fibroids. I got this going on. What do I
yeah.
need to do? So yeah,
So
you
I
about to have a
live
whole bunch of children.
I live vicariously. My
Yeah.
husband teaches grade 6. So
Yeah.
every year I get a fresh 24 or so.
Oh.
And I found that women in the professional space at work
Yeah.
are very receptive to hearing about fibroids from me. I
Mhm.
know I was talking about one coworker about working with young girls in schools, and she said,
Mhm.
"No, man, what about us the women who need to know the information? You need to start with us."
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I was going to say when you said you wasn't able to have like your biological children, but you and Dr. Kim took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, you are a mother to so many, every time you impart into anyone, educate anyone, teach anyone, hug anyone, you are mothering them. A lot
Yeah.
of times we think, okay, the natural way, it's just like if a person never naturally gave birth, but they adopted, it doesn't take away the fact that you're still a mother. It doesn't have to be in the natural sense, but you're still a mother to many. You're a mother right now to us with
Mm-hmm.
feeding us,
Thank
information,
you.
telling
Yeah.
us things that we did not know. So right
Mm-hmm.
now you're mothering us right now. You're nurturing us right now. So just always
Yeah.
keep that in mind. So
Thank you
Yes,
for
Miss
that.
Colette. I'm gonna go.
mm.
My grandmother always cooked cabbages on Sunday. I said, "Oh, I gotta go back to cooking cabbages." Miss Colette just told me I gotta
Can
cook cabbages now. Get my green juice. I'm
right?
going to work get my green juice. I had the
Yes,
mango one the other week, but I'm gonna get the green
just
one.
make sure that you flavor it the way you like it.
Right.
Oh
Tell her,
yes,
tell
most
her, tell her,
definitely.
tell her get that pineapple juice with that green juice.
Yes, I'm gonna go back to cabbages. I gotta get the and I was trying to figure out why she cook cabbages every Sunday. And
It's
Lord,
like-
she knew. We didn't
She
know.
was
We just
doing
ate them.
you doing you good.
She
Oh
was doing this
goodness.
for dinner. And I'm like, Mom, can we have some on the side? No, cabbages. I'm like, okay, all right. So yeah, see, you done put me
Oh,
back on the
goodness.
right track already. I'm okay.
See what you done did, Mother Colette. So tell us what's next for you. I know you said that you were writing another book. Did you say that? Did I hear you say
Yeah,
that?
so in
Mhm.
between that book, I'm also working on a coaching program to do
Mm.
with fibroids. It's called
Ooh.
Fibroid Reset.
Okay,
I
nice.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
right. I'm
Mhm.
I
in
like that.
design stage, so I am hoping that I'll be launching it sometime this year.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm
Mhm.
open to working with women already.
Okay, so you've been doing a lot of research.
Oh
Because
yes.
Yeah.
this takes a lot of research when you're talking about,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
any type of health period, you have to do research, but definitely with a particular thing like
Yeah.
fibroids. Mm-hmm.
right. Yep. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that it's becoming more talked about now, especially in
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the
it
US,
is.
because
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yes.
where most of the influence is in terms of
Mm-hmm.
research. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very
Mm-hmm.
happy to see that what I've been reading and finding out is coming to a place where more people can get that awareness.
Yeah. And I like the fact that you're doing the holistic approach because so many times you go to the doctor and they want to give you a prescription for this, a
Yeah.
prescription for that, and don't realize that not everyone wants to take pills. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't, if it's not a gummy, I'm not taking a pill.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
don't really want to take it, but I'd rather have something holistic. And we know it worked because back in the day, they didn't have a whole bunch of pills and medicines. It
Absolutely.
was something holistic. So I really think that's a really great thing for you to be doing. And a lot of women will be really open to learning the alternative because in the
Mm.
doctor's office, they don't mention the alternative. So that's really great that it's another resource out here, Colette. Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Colette, if there was, as we coming to a close, if there was one thing that you can share with women, not just about fibroids, but about health in general, what would you
Mhm.
say?
Okay. I would say in addressing any condition or disease,
Mhm.
the most important thing is to get to the root cause.
Mm,
Mhm.
Because you could be thinking, oh, I have hormone imbalance, but it
Mhm.
might not be that. It might be a vitamin D deficiency.
mm,
Okay.
Or you
mm,
might be thinking, I have a D deficiency, but you never tested it. And you're
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
overdosing on vitamin D without
Mhm.
correct
mm.
information. So get into the root cause is foundation, and then you can treat.
I
Okay.
like what you said, overdosing on vitamin D, because you think that's what you need to take care of a problem that's really
Mhm.
not the root problem.
Right.
You
Getting
know,
up.
so I like how you said that. Most of us, a lot of us do that. We just don't know, so we
Mhm.
think it's like, hey, it's like, again, if you have a cough, you just keep drinking cough syrup, but yet you still coughing. So you keep drinking. Now you're doubling up on the cough syrup, like, oh,
Mhm.
maybe I need to take more. But
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
not it. Maybe you have an infection and need an antibiotic. I'm just saying, so the cough medicine is not going to work.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for that. How can our readers follow you and get your books and
Yes.
stay in
Okay.
touch?
Easiest way to find me is on my website,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
www.thehealthierpath.com.
Okay.
So you can get me there, you can get access to the books, you can get on my mailing list. Book is also on Amazon. So if you
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
want to reach out to me directly, you can email me at Colette, that's COLETTE at thehealthierpath.com.
Mhm. And then you said you're going to be doing a coaching session soon. You said that will be coming up this year as well.
Yeah, and I have persons can make an appointment to have a free consultation with me on the
Oh,
website.
nice, nice, nice. Okay,
Now
that's
your
really, really good
coaching
to
is
know.
that your coaching is just on fibroids? Did I hear you say that? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, good, good. That's good to know too. All right.
Mhm.
All right. And are you coming to the States anytime soon? I know you in wonderful Jamaica.
I was there last year, September, so I'm not
Okay.
due back this year yet.
Okay.
Who
All
knows though?
right.
Maybe work will send me to Florida.
No, that's okay. I can come to Jamaica. It's okay. I can come there.
Right, right, right. We can come to Jamaica. It's okay. It's
Oh,
fine.
there.
Yeah, you can come to Jamaica. Definitely, I'll be here to meet you.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. This has been really great. Like I
Yes.
said, I got my new shopping list. I'm ready to go. I'm really looking forward to the book, and I know for sure this will be really informative to a lot of women because, again, fibroids is a really, really hot topic right now, and people just not sure which way to go. And some people are afraid to go to the doctor, but being able to get your book and finding some ways to at least start treating it and understanding it and be in a mindset of being open to learning, and then you being a resource to reach out to, just ask questions and figure out what's next. I think that would be really, really great for our listeners as well, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you
Absolutely.
for having me.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Have a good night.
Same to you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.